Salut à tous. Faire un double petit check du mic. Double petit check du mic. Yes. Du mic. Ça devrait être bon. J'espère que c'est cool pour vous. J'espère que tout le monde va bien. J'espère que c'est cool pour vous. J'espère que tout le monde va bien. J'espère que c'est cool pour vous. J'espère que tout le monde va bien. J'espère que c'est cool pour vous. Ah, je m'entends en double. J'espère que c'est cool pour vous. Ah, je m'entends en double. J'espère que c'est cool pour vous. Ah, je m'entends en double. Yes, c'était normal. Dites-moi si pour vous le son est bon, si tout roule. Pour les quelques-uns qui sont du coup dans le chat. J'ai toujours ce délai entre... je crois que je vais le virer ça. Dites-moi si la musique est trop forte ou... on essaiera de le baisser un petit peu. Je crois que je vais virer ce truc là. On va aller sur Stream Elements. Avant de commencer, je vais virer un truc qui... Je check aussi que je suis sur une playlist où j'ai le droit de mettre du son avant d'éviter la prison. Tout à fait. Yo, Birdman, Twitch, welcome. Ah, par contre, sur ce site-là, Streaming Tools, My Overlays, Main Overlay. Je vais virer ce truc-là parce que ça me gonfle. Non. Last followers, viewers, il est où? Tac. Tac. Et save. Et voilà, et tu dégages. Ouais, ce compteur il est pas bon, j'ai jamais le même d'un côté ou de l'autre. Donc voilà. Je le dégage. Ouais, je vérifie pourquoi ça marche pas comme ça. Aujourd'hui, on va continuer à travailler sur Clix. Comme on l'a fait hier. J'avais ouvert un autre IDE, je le ferme avant de vous ouvrir la fenêtre. Les boss 700, les vrais savent. Ça fait pas longtemps que je l'ai. Avant, j'avais un autre truc. Un Plantronix. Mais c'était pas foufou. Là, je pense que c'est un peu mieux. Je sais pas si ça fait combien de temps que tu l'as toi, mais pour bosser c'est cool. C'est rare que j'ai plus de batterie. Je crois même que je suis jamais arrivé en mode il m'a dit ouais j'ai plus de batterie. Donc ça c'est cool. Après il était un peu cher. C'est pour ça que je pense que je pouvais pas me l'acheter il y a quelques temps. Mais là je me suis dit, vu le temps qu'on passe à la maison à être en remote, je suis aussi impressionné du micro quand il y a du bruit derrière toi. C'est vraiment pas mal. Donc je recommande même si c'est vrai que c'est un peu cher. Du coup, aujourd'hui, on va se recaler tout ça bien proprement. Aujourd'hui, ce qu'on va faire, c'est que on va continuer sur Clix. Aujourd'hui, ça va être d'abord un peu de clean en fait. J'ai pas envie de rajouter plein de trucs, mais j'ai envie de repasser un peu dans le code. Je me trompe de touche, ouais. Excusez-moi. Donc, je l'avais sûrement dit à certains, mais j'ai le Covid, du coup, je tousse. Tac, tac. Alors ça, je voulais savoir, est-ce que je m'en servais de ça? Je me suis posé la question, et oui. Ouais, si, je m'en servais. Ça fait 1 an, confort, tu verras. Tu passeras moins de temps à te nettoyer les oreilles. Ah, je suis pas du tout allé jusque dans cette analyse là. Par contre, ce qui est vrai, c'est que quand tu as les casques à réduction de bruit, je vais zoomer un peu parce que ça me semble un peu petit pour vous là. C'est vrai que quand tu as les casques à réduction de bruit, comme t'entends mieux, tu mets moins fort, donc forcément peut-être que ça te défonce moins les oreilles. D'ailleurs, je sais que je me suis déjà surpris. Hey, Raph. Hey, buddy. I don't know if we're gonna switch to full English, but yeah, thanks to Give High. I was just saying to Beerman that using headphones with sound reduction, hi Scoopdo, use headphone with sound reduction, noise reduction, sorry, could help you to listen music to a lower volume that as usual. And then sometimes I was surprised myself to just use noise reduction in common transportation without listening music. Okay, thanks Raf. See you and congrats again for your nomination as not contributors. See ya. Scoopdo, I don't know if you have questions. You can answer a question in English. So Berman Twitch said, yes, you'll listen better, but you will see that the quality of sound general less perturbations. Okay, I didn't know that. Thanks for the feedback. And Berman, let me know if it's okay for you to switch to English. I mean, I'm fluent in both languages. I'm probably best French speaker than English speakers, but yeah, you said. Okay, yeah. Scoopdo is following. Thanks, Scoopdo. I don't know if I say it properly. So yeah, I'm just gonna come back to. It's the first time for me in English, so if you listen mistake for myself, please, yeah, be nice. Clix, what is Clix? Clix is an open source project I'm currently working on. The idea was that in the node.js ecosystem itself, I didn't find a module to test the CLI program I made in the past. And while I was contributing to ResQA, would like to have a little program like this that just help you to insert IO from your program. I mean that you can just say, okay, my command, imagine echo or any command that you want to run, and then you expect that the output of the console will be something like that. And then if you try to simulate an input, you will have this expect, and you can be precise and add timeouts and stuff like that. And it's a way to write acceptance test for CLI. And yeah, so I tried to make a first implementation in Rust. And then, as I'm not really fluent in Rust, we can say that I'm not fluent in Rust, yeah. I prefer to say, okay, try to make a first version in node.js, and if it works, then if people use the program and we have performance issues that we cannot solve with Node, maybe at this moment I will switch to Rust. Or maybe it wasn't the good project to start on Rust. Don't know if you are familiar with the language. Feel free to tell me in chat if you like Rust. So we're working currently on this branch, and I think that we have something that works. I just want to go back to the code and detect potential smells and try to fix, where I think that we could see there, or maybe improve a bit of expressiveness. And if we don't have things too much, maybe I'd like to create a CI for release. I mean that as you probably know, when you're on GitHub, you can create a new release, and GitHub action is made in this way that you can listen on the release event, and then you can start publishing. So yeah, it could be easier to manage. I mean that if you have the access, you can create a release. You just have to add a tag on a commit. And then when you want to create a release, you choose the tag that you have created and published it here. And then it should be good. And in the other lives, we probably also try to improve the README and create a contributing MD, because it's really important from a developer experience perspective. So yeah, that's it. So let's get it. The first thing that I'd like to do, if you look at the API that we currently have, we have expect, input, expect error, and code. And all that stuff, it's why I called a scenario. And a scenario add a command and several steps that I persist in a array. Okay, so the goal here is to be sure that all our steps have types, and as you see on the code here, I just use type as string like that. And I think that the first thing is that expect error code should be just exit code, because I think that the name's not relevant. So I think that I should change that one. I will look in the stack. Okay, scenario. Okay. Yeah, I want to change with exit code. Boom. Replace. Okay, so that one wasn't good, so now it's good. Regarding tests, we have two kind of tests in this project. The first one have our unit tests, something that we could, as you see, really quickly, and we just try to test that little thing works, and we mock stuff to avoid to have a real process that will spawn. I didn't mention it before in this live, I mean, but when you pass command to Clix, it will spawn the process. And yeah, for unit testing is not really nice. And we have another test that called functional test. They are longer than the other, and they are for real world cases. So they worked. I will show you the test after. Okay, so here I'm gonna add a core. Rename expect error code to exit. I didn't prefer to use the sorry, push, yeah, sorry. And if we look at the pull requests here, it's still in draft. Sorry. Salut, je passe par hasard, mais je sais pas si tu sais, mais il y a une catégorie pour dev. Yes, I'm not in the category, you mean? Okay, let me change that. Stream information should be there. Okay, put me in science and technology. Ok. Merci beaucoup, Domi. Je savais pas qu'il m'avait mis là et j'avais cru me mettre là-bas. So the guy in the chat told me a 41 how to say, hey, I'm pass here, and I don't know if you say, but they are dedicated categories for game and software development. So yeah, thanks a lot. I was sure that I was put there, but it wasn't the case. Okay. It should be good now. Yeah. Ouais, t'as raison, Domi. Ouais, mais en plus, j'étais sûr de l'avoir fait parce que avant de me mettre sur Switch, j'avais un peu audité. Mais merci beaucoup. Okay, so we go back to English. Thanks a lot, Domi. So, I didn't have the time to show you, but we are CI here. 2 minutes ago, that's ours. And then we run the tests, unit test and functional test on node 16 and node 17. So that's okay for us. So now, okay. Yep. So the next things will to probably, I don't know, I will create something like constant.js. K type. I'd like to have something like step type. Be better. We'll add the inputs. Yeah. We'll have the expect. Yeah. Expect error. Yeah. It's really pleasant to use Copilot because, as you guessed, I mean, you could, yeah, guess all the stuff, exit code. And I think that's, yeah, it's okay. Awesome. So Domi. Yeah. Alors Domi, c'est pas du tout prévu, c'est juste qu'il y a des onglets qui sont pointés, du coup. On est un peu parti comme ça. But yes. I mean, I don't know if I'm ready to make every time. I mean, it will depends. But I think that I will switch in the next few days or next few weeks. I don't know. Yeah. If you don't kill me with my English, I will probably try to stay here a bit more. Okay, so we have our key steps. I will export them. It will be neat now. Okay, internal dependencies. We have this debug, and we will use key type from constant.js. Don't know if you already I don't know if you already try ESM, I mean natively in Node.js, but you have to precise the extension of the file or the code won't be interpreted. So we have a key type here, and one more also about the key that we use a kind of key there. It's a kind of practice that I'm trying to stick to, and with our other project we worked on Node Secure, and on other project in Node, like I think in NDG, I think they use it. I'm trying to stick to it. It's weird at first, but then you get used to it. Okay, so here we are, our first case. I don't want to make a find and replace there because it will be a good way to pass through my class here and check all the code. So key type expect. Neat. Input here. Sometimes I feel like there are a lot of boilerplates. Mean that I caught this case. I don't know if I really use it. I will check it later. Expect error. Key type. Expect error. Neat. Exit code. Oh yeah. TypeScript misses me, sorry. Okay. Expect, so we have a key type. It's wrong. Like that. It's key step type. Hostala da fab. Yo yo yo. Welcome. I think that it will be. Oh no. What I did. Key step type, yeah. Should be good now. I should have better auto completion. That one. Exit code. Boom. I just did it before. Okay. Step type. Oh yeah. Don't remember what it is. Exit. Neat. So just fab. Sorry for pronunciation. We work on a little project called Clix. You can find it on my GitHub. I'm trying to make the Twitch guy. Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to check a bit the README. Oh, I can share the link directly also. That's the branch we work on. Didn't copy paste it. I can copy paste there. Oh, I'm such a noob. I can't. Weird. I can copy paste from the browser to OBS. Don't know why. So it will be that project called Clix. So yeah, I'm trying to delete kind of code smell. Like we see that we have a lot of repetition there. I'd like to get rid of all of this stuff, and we have string like that, and I want to get rid of this. Okay. Expect raw and inputs. Okay. I think that it should be good now. We're gonna run jest. No, I didn't use jest here, by the way. It's just take a look at the code modified. Okay. I think that I missed something. I think I forgot something. I want to check on the test. I think that there are two kind of tests here. There are spec and tests. Spec stands for unit test, and test stand for functional test. I don't think that so mainly they are just real world cases where I pass command, try to have scenario. All the real world CLI are here, and I'm trying to check that it works properly. So in that one, they don't think so. In that one too. I'm just trying to see if I have step. Yeah. I have here. I'd like to stick to. Okay, exit code. Readme. Constants. It will be. I cannot, in fact. I have to import it anyway, so. Yeah. I'd like to see if I just made key type step. Yeah, interesting. Not really exciting what we are trying to accomplish now, but it's important to do it. And yeah. Oh. Weird. Copilot doesn't work if you have multiple selection. Maybe obvious, I don't know. Tell me guys if you use Copilot and if you liked it or no. I just make the request maybe 2 months ago, and now they give me access. In a lot of cases it's help you to save time. Input. Oh. Okay. Step type that input. Yep. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that case. I can give you a bit more details of how it works behind the scene, how we spawn the stuff, how we get message from the console, what the rules we apply there. So we have exit code here. Okay, type exit code. Okay. Also take a look at the test by the meantime. I could make a lot of big finding replacement. It's nice to see. Okay, invalidation. No. I think that it's okay. I'm gonna just run all the tests. Neat. So now core get rid of magic variables. What I call magic variables, this stuff that you didn't name properly and that I repeated a lot in the code. I think that's okay now. I'm gonna push, just check for the CI. I will make ready for review to see the CI here. Yeah, I think that, yeah. Okay. And now what we could do, I think that there are a lot of boilerplate over there. I think that the CI will be okay. Just waiting for a bit. I mean that, for example, no, in scenario.js. For example, this is just an example. If I look at this, so I will try to explain just a bit here what we are doing. When you want to run your scenario, you will use the run command. Where is the run command? Yep, here. The run command will spawn the process, and with make kind of check next line and iterate on inline that you provide in your scenario and check if I can find something. And when we spawn the command, so we spawn it with a package called I didn't remember the name, crossbone. Yeah, crossbone, because we want to be cross a platform. Okay. Then when it's spawn, we listen on spawn. So when it's spawn, we have a debug statement. We put the process in a variable, and we tend to pipe the output, the std out and the stdr of this process. But we see that it's almost the same things that we do here. So I don't know if we could factorize that or no. But it's maybe not the part that I don't like. The part I don't like is that one. Check the next line. I think that we could write unit tests for this case and mimic this step that lands. I mean, adding fake step and buffer value. I don't know if buffer value. Buffer is a private value. I don't know. Sometimes I'm trying to not expose stuff that are not relevant for the user. And yesterday, I think that build result was a private method, and is a public method, because I want to test how we build the result itself. It's not a big deal to publish stuff like that. That was private. I don't remember. I have the book here. I mean, before reading this book, don't know if you could. I will try to put the focus on it. Yep. I read this book about TDD, and before that, I think I thought that exposing a method that should be I don't know. Let me just pull the focus. Oh, it's okay. But in this book, the guy explained that, okay, if you want to test something and test all the cases, you can expose a method. So yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, I have already tested that cover, not unit test, but end-to-end test that cover this logic. So maybe we could move something without. So what we are trying to accomplish here. The user add an expect step with a value, okay, and we have to look in the buffer. If we have a value that corresponds to this value, if they are equal, we will mark the current step as okay, and we also add the buffer value as actual. In case they are not okay, then the user could make the difference between current step value and current step that actual. Now if it's clear, but if you look at for the expect type, for example, the expect error, we have almost the same logic, and when you finish, you make this that's next, and you yarn the step itself. Now line, when I'm gonna say it again, the purpose. Yeah, so I'll go back to the API itself because I think it will be easier. So when the user creates a scenario, we say, okay, the first output of my command should be, hey user, what is your name? And when you make the run, we're gonna spawn the process and check that the output of the process, that the process outputs this one. And it's exactly what you're trying to check it there. Buffer value is all the stuff that are output of the process itself. So when we spawn the process outputs stuff in the console. We split it by lines, and we put each line in buffer that out. That's an array. And here we check that the buffer value and the current step value are equals, because it's what we want to test. And if they are equal, so the test pass, so we mark the current step as okay, and then we make an hit on next to go to the next step. And where comes from current step come from now. So we have a step pointer that starts at the step 0, so in the array, and each time we call next is increment the step pointer. And yeah, while this step pointer is less than step that length, it will continue to iterate. Don't know if it's more clear. In a nutshell, what we're trying to do here is to avoid boilerplate between each of these steps, because it's always the same. You have something in the buffer. The buffer is the output of your spawned process, and you have the input of the user itself. You have the expectation of the user of this package, and we have to see if there are correlation between both. So maybe we could extract a method that could you pass a buffer value, a current state, and it will make all that stuff for you. For example, yeah, I think that we cannot put it as private. It's spawn command now. Yeah, something like that, but thanks Copilot. So the actual it will be a step. I don't know. I always forget how to write stuff. Qu'est-ce qu'on fait ici? On fait un truc comme ça. Ce qui n'a aucun sens. That not. Sorry, sometimes I switch to French. Actual current step value. So is what we call expected. Is actual that value. Actual dot. So it should be something like that. That will check the value equals, set OK, and set like that. And I think that is what we tend to accomplish. I think it should be nice to have to comment that and have a unit test for that. It was just trying to look or to show you how we could accomplish it, but I prefer to use TDD. New file, create, compare that spec, that JS. Okay, so we'll import Clix from src index.js. Tests. No. It should expose a compare. Like that. Don't know if you know tap, not tap. Let me know in the chat which tool did you use, or which tool are you currently using. I start with tape and then I switch to tap because the output in the console is pleasant, more pleasant. Okay. One failed. Compare that spec. Yeah. Because we have to make it like that. And then it should work. No. Yes, so I did the error that I mentioned earlier. It's the result of years and years of common JS. Okay. Test and finished. Okay. T end. Boom. Yep. So we have a compare function, and then we are trying to test each case of this function, what we could start. First thing that we want to, it should say it's current step. That's okay to show the values are equal. It's not really precise. Ouais, c'est pas mal. So there are scenario here. So whatever the scenario, I don't need that of it. We need the first thing of compare is, if you look at them, to actual is the object step. Okay, the step we have in type equal, don't care, but the value is full. And then we have the buffer value, the output of the console. In this case, it's a foo. Okay. And then we will make a Clix test that compare. Yes, and what we want to check is that T okay, the step not okay. Yes, not if it's clear, but yeah. So we have our step object here, and what we want is to get a step object with an OK property in it. So if I run the test now, it should fail. And unfinished also, so that's a second error that I don't want to keep. Yeah, better. So now we will set actual OK if I want to make it dirty as possible. Okay, and I will rerun the test. Why I'm trying to make it as dirty as possible. In this context, we're trying to just make the test pass. And the rule, and this book also mentioned it, the book I showed you before, mentioned that a production code should be written only to make test pass. It's really hard to stick to it, but we're trying to. And yeah, so here I'm trying to write a code that works, and then took time to refactor it. Refactor the test itself and refactor the code itself. So here it worked, but as you see, it's not really good in terms of expressiveness. So we could create an intermediate variable. So our value is equal, like we had before, and then we could it doesn't work. Okay, it's normal because it's actual that value. Yep, and it's why it's really important to keep this concept of incrementalism when you are trying to code, because you create your line as, in the way that it's fast for you to do it, and when it works, you're trying to change stuff. Because if you add a bunch of statements, imagine that you have one bug in each statement. To debug it and to spot, it will take more time. So yeah, we'll try to make and keep the incrementalism in mind when we are writing our tests. I don't know if we can change something else. Now we can also write another test that could be almost the same. I will copy paste. Yeah, I'm a bad guy. Before that, I can also refactor my test itself. There's a step. Here we get in fact, an equal buffer value. I don't know if the term is right. Okay. I try to my, yep, it works. And in the next one, it will be not equal buffer value. And we're trying to add a lot of expressiveness. Zoo. T nodes. Okay. Not okay. Is what I'm trying to. Yeah. To false if values are not equal. And like we have. And I probably violate the principle I mentioned earlier. Because if I really use incrementalism, maybe I could directly write true here. And then when I have the other case with the false one, I could write my ternary statement at this moment. But it's not obvious each time to stick to it, like I mentioned. Okay, so we cover, I think, the first case of the spec. The other one should be something like it should add an actual property to the current step within buffer value. Ooh. What do you... Okay. Aha. Awesome. Very interesting, this copilot stuff. I'm like your child, I know. Yeah, it should. Failed. So we have actual, that, actual. We probably have to change the name here. Expected. Yeah. It works. So now we are sure that we cover our cases here. Or maybe I can keep this name to say, okay, even if it's not private in the sense of this, that you cannot access in the object, maybe if I use this flag, it at least as a convention explain to the user that, okay, it's not for you. So I will try to fix it everywhere. I'm just go through each of my tests. Yep. Yeah. I think that I should probably make this import this and add a bit of JS stack. Okay. And I think that I should make something that I did make a type def for that one. I don't know, but I think that I should. Okay. So now we have that. So I have to rename. It will current step, and it will call expected value. Expected value, yep. It's really like I really like unit testing, because you can change your code and be sure that you didn't break anything. Okay, so I think that you should probably get rid of out of this stuff. So I don't will delete. I will just make a space here and sorry. We should have not pretty clever or this stuff. Something like that. Then we will comment it first, just to see that all it's okay. I will run unit tests, then I will run functional tests. If we didn't break anything, because the weird thing here is that modify the references itself to make it available in other step. So yeah, I was a bit afraid, but. And finally, you have something that are more, expressive. It's also for me, the goal of the code itself. The code will live after you wrote it, so Yeah, yeah, a debug statement, a compare one, and maybe I could move the debug statement here too. I don't know what do you think. We could, we could at first move the other lines and then we will see after. Same for here. Comments. This. Compare. Yep. Functional. And even, 6 seconds for functional test is quite acceptable. Sometimes on just when I run unit testing, it's more than 6 seconds. Okay. Can get like this. So exit code. Okay. Nah, that one same. This compare. Go home. Needs. Very happy. Yeah, it's definitely better. It's a bit different regarding this one. Because we didn't have comparison to do. Okay, I think that it's acceptable. It's interesting. Okay. So we'll see if we're gonna pass the buffer, the console statement also there. Because we can also see that we kind of repetition between next, debug, compare. I think that the debug statement as the equal that we're trying to accomplish here could be contained in the compare because it's related to comparison itself. Okay. So refactor. I don't know about the semantic if refactor is git commit semantics. Refactor, yeah, is the one. Okay. Refactor is in the run. Check the CI. Okay. Seems to be good. I think that they... Okay. Tell us to make pull requests for better. Okay. I will give feedback after, guys. Okay. So we are... Get this debug statement here. The debug is an extent of that one. I don't know if I use tiny spy, if I could spot it. Because I use tiny spy. This is a package of a friend. Oh, I also contribute one time. Yep. Spy, okay. If you want to spy a module, spy on. Okay. Okay. Debug. Yeah. In fact, this debug class is not really clean. It's a bit of garbage. It's just a console log between, but the idea is to have something like pinologer, but don't have to rely to all the logger implementation. Just have a common interface to have something really clean in the class itself. So I have this extend. I don't know if extend is the best way to put the debugger. I think that probably have a constructor value mean with a command and option and a default option with the logger and stuff and have the debugger. Something like that could be probably because it will be easier for me, for example, to mock it. Because here, yeah, I think that it wasn't really clever. And yeah, if I'm look at it, constructor is command. Yeah, don't know. Okay, I will try anyway. So we're gonna in the compare. I don't know where I used validation step. Spy on. Okay, I use it like that. So I already make spy on this command, child process, and take that spawn from child process was called. Okay. So here I will sort party dependencies. Oh, yes, overclock. Welcome. I'm working on this project called Clix. Clix is an open source project. What you're trying to accomplish here is to write acceptance tests for CLI. Thanks. And yeah, I mean, a part of the project is almost ready. almost few APIs that I don't get, like the select one, for example. I don't get this API. But I mean, all the basic stuff are there. I'm just trying to refactor a few pieces of the code. And yep. And just as you say that you like the VS Code theme, is, if I remember well, just the GitHub theme. Yeah, it's a GitHub dark theme. Sometimes I use that one, but I think that for streams, it's better to use that one. And basically, I was a user of that theme. Sometimes that one. But there are a lot of cooler stuff like that one, so. Yep. So. Now I'm trying to mock something. So third-party dependencies and internal dependencies. Imports spy on. Yep. And the test would be tests. It should. Call debug. Should call debug method. Nope. Value. So now I'm trying to write a test. It's a bit. It's really clever, this thing. It's really clever. I mean, yes, give me that. Oh, I will read the test itself. But yeah, it seems to stick about what I thought. And he understood that I import the spy on. Even if, to be frank, it wasn't exactly what I believe, because I'd like to, but I don't know how I can accomplish that, because we talk about an instance. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay to mock objects. Maybe we could make something else. Import src. Yep. I don't know, because there are different references. Oh, it won't work. I will try to let it like that first. So we will just comment that one first, because I think that is too ambitious. Okay, should be cool. And now what we will do is to move that step. It won't work because I think that I have to force something like process that env that debug. Yep, it works. Okay, so I don't know if there are before each. Not before each and stuff like that. And here too. So yeah. So the wrong point on that is I will try to didn't give me. I think that it should be something like that. Something like equal. Yeah. But I don't want to write foo-foo. I want to write step equal buffer value and step that value. Yeah. I think that it should be like that. No. Found null. Ah, it's maybe the API is a bit different. Okay, so let me check. Console that wrong. Debug spy that calls. I don't know the object itself. Okay. I'm not sure. Okay. Where does this test come? Ah, I display the command first and then the arguments. So, give me 1 moment, please. Okay. It's an array two-dimensional. So we want to get the first goal, and there are no that argument. Yeah. We want to make the at 0, at 1. I think that is what we want. Equal foo-foo. It's not really explicit, so we probably have to create a variable that we will call. Don't know if you have a word for that, but console var documents. Yep. And we try to increment it. Console argument. Boom! Worked. So what I didn't like here, first, yeah, no, we still need it. So yeah. So I'd like to go to node tab. Testing fixture, testing with mock. I'd like to have before each, after each, and all that kind of stuff that we add in jest. And I never use it here. Subtest, testing with fixture, testing parallel, testing with snapshot, test lifecycle events. The before each is in the T itself. Oh, why I didn't get the auto completion here? Or more after each. Process that env that debug. Yep. Just want to be sure that what I did here doesn't affect other. Okay. Seems to be good now. I will run all tests, see if I didn't break anything at this point. Neat. So it's good to have all that stuff. So we can get rid of this. Path. It will be cleaner. Oh, we didn't have debug statement here. Probably okay. Okay. Nice. So, just because I'm a bit paranoid. Feel free to tell me in chat on which technology do you work. If you are a developer, from which domain. And yeah. And if it's the first time you're here, it's probably a bit weird because for you it's the refactor day. So yeah. Hope it's not too boring for you. Okay, so we got our comparse test spec, we add these tests, okay. Okay. Yep. Debug. Hope that we could release the first version. Yep. That's good. I think that we are almost done. I'd like to publish just something on Twitter for a moment. Yep. So now, what could accomplish more? I think that's not perfect, but the thing that really bother me are now done. I think that I could considering to add the CI stuff that we missed. So yeah. I think that something that still misses here is the index.dts. The file index.dts. Okay, maybe we could iterate on this. Okay, I think that I already write one with my friend Thomas on Not Secure. We play a lot with that. I'd like to take example. Yeah, let's go to GitHub. I want to make stuff. So on Fastify, for example, okay, so Raphael, that's give us a hi on the beginning of the session. Is one of the contributors of Fastify. Types. Yeah, so how they did that? Package.json types fastify.dts. Fastify.dts. Okay, declare function fastify. Export default fastify. So it's all the interfaces possible for fastify. If you pass option, or if you pass things like that, or things like that, or things like that, because there are different interfaces possible. I think that I should do something like that or something similar. Declare Clix. Yeah, it's a function. Function Clix. Take a common string. Export default Clix. So you declare a function itself with the argument and you export it. If we go back to Clix itself, we have the click results, but we also have something else, the Clix object itself. So this is the function Clix, and we export it. We also have this declare interface Clix. It's because, as you see, we could chain step. We have this click object where we have all the public method. Okay. So in this Clix object, we have the expect method. It's not. We have a bunch of methods like that. Expect error, exit code, inputs, and run. Input expect error with code and run. Yeah, that's basically the Clix API that we get, and it should return a Clix. Yes. Run is an async function. That will return a promise of Clix result. Clix result is not defined. Declare interface Clix result. I just need to use the export keyword. Clix results. I think that I could use all that stuff that I already wrote. Yep. Okay. Okay. I think that we are good. I'll take a little break and come back in a few minutes. Yo, yo, yo. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah. Hope you are doing fine. We're gonna go back on Clix. And yeah. I just work a bit on the index DTS that will make the auto-completion easier. So yeah. And normally if I do this, and if I import Clix from src that index, and it will output the scenario. I'm afraid to have a conflict between I mean the project itself. We will try it after. It's a first try, so it will return the clicks. Yep, should be good. Okay, I will add the DTS. Oh, maybe I should follow the convention to have a folder, or maybe not, but at least just rename it and click that DTS. Oh. Probably elegant. Okay. Core type. TTS. Okay, I think that's the last stuff I'd like to do. And something like we did in ResQA is to have this publish step. So how it works in ResQA, it was something like that. Name publish. So yes. Github test workflow. I'll publish that YAML. Okay, what is kind of jobs here? NPM publish. What I really like also, say what Olivier did, is that it published something on Twitter, and I find that it's Yeah, really interesting. Not for first shot, so the NPM auth token I should put it in the auth. Now it just copy pastes, and we gonna go through each line to see. So I think that it's the GitHub actions that we need to use, and we have to make just npm.e. We don't have to build anything. Not version, no. Why being so rude? Yeah, it should be good. So, what will be the plane here? In fact, we will make this thing that when you will create tag and publish this tag, you can go to the release, draft a new release, choose a tag, and create a release with the tag. And you're gonna take the version, so you have to be sure that the version of your package is updated, and then it will publish it. And I have a little doubt because I don't know if I set properly the user name, the namespace here, but we'll see if we get errors. Okay. Seems to be good. Secrets. I didn't remember, but I think that I can. I mean, in the chat it will be something like that, but npm auth token, I have to add it myself. But I think that I will cut the live here because all the stuff that is misses here, that's stuff that I will to get back my private key and put it in GitHub and stuff like that. I will try to not make it public, but I will probably open another window. Okay, npm auth token. I will open another window that you guys cannot see. First thing first. I'm not sure, so I will check on GitHub. So for projects like Clix. I'll connect GitHub actions variables. No. No. I remember that I I remember that I read something. I remember that I it was easier than that. Ah no, it's GitHub Action Secrets. Yeah. Okay, so it's like that. Secrets. Actions. There are no secrets. No, it's too complex what they told me. No. Don't like that. Secrets, actions, new repository secrets. Okay. So the value, it will be that one. And I go to NPM to get my token. Sorry, it's not really interesting for you, but profile access token. Name, it will be Clix. Okay. So now so I add to my GitHub the secret, as we could expect. Now I just have to create a tag. And I think that I will also check on risk QA. I don't know if I I wrote documentation contributing MD. No. Well, the Confluence, but it's not public, so I can. But I think it was something like git tag. Yeah. 00.1 git git push. I didn't remember. Git push tag to remote. Yeah. Yeah, okay. We can put push with the dash tag. Something like that should work. Yeah, so we have our new tag now. So we're gonna try if. So if I refresh the page, we should have one tag here. It's the 111. So it's linked to the commits, the last that we got on the branch. And we could create a new release. So it will be important to see that here. We're trying to resume all that we could find in this version. So we could frost something like that. Show you feedback. Okay, so basically what I did in this case, I think that stuff that we added, still that we fixed, and things that we updated, fixed, but in this context, all is added, we just have to list. First functional version of Clix without that selects timeouts. Say customization. And what missed? The stuff that I mentioned. Select individual timeout and regex values. individual timeout. And global timeout customization and regex. Basic CI types. What we add. Improving. Improving API. It's not really basic CI types. I think that it's enough. I didn't remember right on rescue what if I choose the right branch, for example. Just remember if I think that I will merge the pull requests. Yep. Hope. So now if we go back to Clix, we have our first implementation. And don't remember if Clix is still in development. It's okay. No. Don't know if it will work. I still doubt because I used a named, at that tonygo. If you look and the package is on at tonygo. Oh. Why it told me that it's okay? Sure. Seems to have worked. Yep. There we go. Ta-da! So probably we'll stop here, and the next live will be I just share with you because I'm a bit proud of how I can copy paste from here to here. I think that I could, but it's just to make paste. Yeah. Don't know why copy paste doesn't work on the keyboard, but yeah, doesn't matter. So this is the first version of our package. Not a V1 definitely, but we have time to improve it. And Next session we will try to use it as end-to-end users to see if things works properly, if we have a good auto-completion. I want to also be sure that we doesn't have conflict between the JS doc that I put and the types that we had. Yep. Thank you for watching and can't wait to see you the next time. It was my first in English, so yeah. It wasn't expected, but yeah, like that. See you guys.